Yeah, guys, in the last session we have seen this interface example, like how do we define an interface, like interface brightness. But the small correction, the previous example, like we have said interface brightness, right? But as per the naming conventions in C sharp, every interface name should be preceded with a capital I. So in this way you need to define actually eye brightness, and class television, which is implementing eye brightness. Like this we need to write. So class smartphone, which is implementing eye brightness. In that way we need to write actually. So that is the way to work with interfaces. So we have seen just how to declare, you know, define a simple interface called eye brightness, in which we have two abstract methods, and how to implement this interface in the respective classes, like television and smartphone we have seen. But now we are going to talk about something called multiple inheritance in C sharp. Multiple inheritance in C sharp. So what is meant by multiple inheritance? So if you are inheriting two or more interfaces into a class, if we inherit two or more interfaces into a class, then it's called multiple inheritance. Okay, let's see this how to do it. So let us say that we have an application, we are developing an app, I'm developing. Into that app I wanted to you know so implement interfaces, like example, we have an application. Okay, it's a kind of web application in which we are going to, we have application which is implementing, which needs to respond for both keyboard events and mouse events, both keyboard events and mouse events. Okay, because we don't know the device used by, input device used by the end user. He might use keyboard, like he may press enter to start the application, or he may double click with the mouse in order to start the application. So in that case we need to implement two interfaces. Like I wanted to create two interfaces, and those two I wanted to implement in my application itself. So for that, what I want to do is I wanted to create interface like I keyboard. Okay, I keyboard event, or events, you can say events also if you want to, if you have more than one. And I mouse events. Like this I'm taking two interfaces, guys. So when you see the name itself, you will understand that it's an interface because it is preceded with I. So as per the naming conventions of C sharp, as I told you, every interface is preceded with a capital I. For example, you can find something called I enumerable interface in C sharp. Okay, so all the interfaces in C sharp, here I'm giving all the interface names in C sharp are preceded with capital I. Example, so whatever interfaces we have, all the built-in interfaces, like I enumerable, okay, I list, I queryable. Okay, so like this we have so many interfaces, guys. These all interfaces are like I collection is also there. Okay, these are all having the first letter capital I followed by the actual name of the interface. So I enumerable, I list, I queryable, I collection. Okay, so most of the interfaces, predefined interfaces, will be preceded with capital I. Same way we have to follow the same naming conventions for our own interfaces as well. Okay, so now these two interfaces I'm going to declare, and these two I wanted to implement in my class called application. So what I'm going to write, class application, or in shortcut I'm saying class app. In that I wanted to implement both the interfaces together. So what I need to write here, I keyboard events, comma, I mouse events. In this way I'm writing. So with comma you can specify multiple interfaces can be implemented in a single class. So this is called multiple inheritance, guys. Okay, so you can implement, it can be two interfaces or more than two, guys, maybe three or four, depends upon the requirement. Here my requirement is my application should respond to both the events called keyboard events as well as mouse events. So in that way I'm taking these two, and these two I'm implementing in my application. So let's switch to Visual Studio and we'll try to implement the same in a example. Okay, we'll see the hands-on. We'll switch to Visual Studio. Now let's create interfaces first. We are creating a new project. I think 24, right? So let's create console app.net framework. Next, oops underscore demo 24. I'm saying click on create. So now what I'm saying is, first we are creating two interfaces, guys. So there are two ways to create. Directly you can write interface name like that, or you can use Solution Explorer here in order to create interfaces. You can see here Solution Explorer. So here right click on the project, and you can have an option called add here, where you can choose new item class. Directly you can select here, or you can say new item. When you go for new item, you will find a lot of things. You can find interface here, guys. If you want to define a class, you can select class here, or else you can select interface if you wanted to get any interface. Okay, but remember the both extensions are same, .cs for class as well as .cs for interface as well. Okay, so let's create uh, you know an interface first. Interface name, I can make it as, the file name is your wish, guys. You can give any name. So I'm making it as I keyboard events. I'm saying events.cs. Okay, let's copy this for the next example. Okay, so one interface is ready. Now I'm creating another interface. Right click, add new item. Again interface I'm selecting. Again I'm giving name as I mouse events. So here I'm changing it as I mouse events. Okay, so click on add. Both interfaces are ready, and here I need to define declare my methods, guys. Okay, the methods are like so what I'm saying here is void respond to keyboard, like that I'm giving keyboard. That is my method name. I'm giving respond to keyboard. Okay, so respond. Okay, respond to keyboard. So whenever you press anything from the keyboard, it has to be responded. Same way I'm creating another method inside mouse event, respond to mouse. Okay, like this I'm writing two methods, respond to keyboard, respond to mouse. Okay, yeah. So I mouse events is one interface, I keyboard events is another interface. Each of the interface contains one abstract method. Now let's go back to Solution Explorer. Let's create a class. Right click, add new item, or directly you can select class also, guys. It's your wish. This time I'm selecting class here. The class name is application or app.cs. I'm taking app.cs, in which we are trying to implement both the interfaces, guys. So this is said to be multiple inheritance demo. Okay, yeah, what I'm writing here, colon I keyboard events comma I mouse events. Can be in any order, guys. You can give first keyboard events, mouse events, or first mouse events or keyboard, anyway any order you can give. There is no rule like that. And now whenever I inherit or implement these two interfaces, I should write body for those two. So for that, to fix the error, you can click here and say implement interface. Then it will automatically write body for it. Same way, you need to click on this and select the option implement interface. So now guys, you can see the body is already written. Just you need to remove this and write your own body. So what I'm writing here, so keyboard event, what I'm saying, press enter to launch the app. Like that I'm saying, to launch the app. Okay, same way, whenever you press double click from the mouse, I need to launch the application. So press here, we need to say enter key. Like that I said, enter key to launch the app, and double click the mouse to launch the app. Double click, okay, mouse, or double click left button. Like that you can say double click mouse to launch the application. So in this way, I'm implementing two interfaces called iKeyboard events and iMouse events in the class called app or application. So this is the basic example of multiple inheritance, in which we are implementing two interfaces in one class. Okay, yeah. So let's go to the main class called program.cs, and we are trying to create object for the app class now. So app is equal to new app. So this app is set to be class name, and this small app is set to be object name. So what are we doing? Creating object. Okay. So now we are going to call the methods, invoking methods of interface. So how do we invoke? App dot respond to keyboard, okay, and app dot respond to excuse me. So app dot respond to mouse. So both I'm able to call. Okay. So let's say console dot read key. Now run the project. So you can see guys. Let's go to build and build solution. And here you can see build started, build succeeded, no errors. Now let's try to execute the project and see the output guys. So execute, and you can see both the events called keyboard event, like press enter to enter key to launch the app, and double click the mouse to launch the app. So both are available for us because of the multiple inheritance. So means we have implemented two interfaces in a class called app. So here you can see app.cs, where we are implementing two interfaces. Okay, so this is the example to explain about multiple inheritance guys. In interviews, if they ask you, try to explain the same example. And in the next example, we will see what you call how to implement like dynamic polymorphism or runtime polymorphism with interfaces. That we will see in the next session. Thank you guys.